Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gloria and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of repotting of my plants, transferring some plants into pond, some into leca, some propagations, just a bunch of kind of plant chores. So hope you guys enjoy. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. And yeah, let's just jump right into today's video. Before we get started, I do want to talk about some of these planters that I've restocked onto my Etsy shop at Gloria's Plants and Pots. And yeah, I just wanted to quickly go through them with you. So I have two of these like cat planters, which are so adorable. They're these little cat heads and in this really cool kind of like reddish brown clay. Inside is white, which one has a drainage hole and the other doesn't, so kind of something for everyone, which is really cute. I really like these. I have a bunch of face pots available still, so a lot of them did sell out already, but these are what's left. I have some happy face ones, so these are, you know, just your typical smiling face. This one has some flower detailing all around the rest of the pot, and I think it's really cute, and also has the white glaze on the inside. These both have drainage holes as well, so very adorable. I have one last piggy planter left. So this is a pig, and it has a pig face on both sides, which is so stinking cute. I really like the pig design. I don't know about you guys. I think it's the perfect planter for like something that makes it look like it has hair growing out. So something nice and leafy, I think would go really well in this planter. Last but not least, I do want to show you guys the Verrucosum planter that I have. So this one is glazed in a really beautiful blue glaze and carved with that Verrucosum image on the front, so hand carved, and the inside also has a drainage hole, so very cute. I really like this one. And yeah, those are all the planters that are left on my Etsy, so check it out if you guys are interested. I'll have it linked down below. Okay, let's just jump right in. I do have quite a lot of things to do today. So first off, I have my Splendid, this baby. This needs to be put on a moss pole because it's starting to kind of climb, and I think it would do much better with the moss pole. So it's also quite rooted in the leca, if you guys can see here. Lots of good healthy roots, and I don't know if I want to keep it in this Starbucks planter or if I want to change it to this takeout container. What do you guys think? I do have to put a moss pole in here. So I have like an old moss pole that I found that I made a while ago. It's kind of small. I think I will actually move it to the takeout container. So yeah, I'm just gonna reuse this leca. I'll probably have some leca at the bottom, so I'm just gonna take my leca and try to just pull this out without damaging any roots. Sometimes the roots get really attached to the surface of the pot, but I think this one's pretty good. Ooh, this has a lot of good roots. I do want to kind of loosen it a little bit just so I can arrange the moss pole a little bit better. Okay, I think that looks pretty good, right? So now time to position this moss pole behind the plant. I think I'm actually going to position the moss pole right against this like back piece of the planter, just kind of flush with the back so it has a bit more support, and you just have to backfill it with more leca. Whoop. Leca going everywhere. I think that looks pretty good. So yeah, it just has a moss pole at the very back, and then I do need to tie it up with some plant velcro, so I'll just attach it so that it can slowly grow up and climb this beautiful moss pole and live its best life. So upgraded to a slightly bigger pot, has more leca, could do kind of like a fuller reservoir, so I think that's gonna be pretty good. Next up, I do want to pot up this little baby. which is my Hoya AH074 silver. So look at that beauty. It actually managed to root pretty quickly. So there's little root nubs, which I think it's fine to go into pond. I don't think it needs to be fully rooted before going into the pond. So yeah, it has some root nubs. And because it's growing all along the stem, I think I can actually cut this into 2 pieces. So I'll have a fuller plant instead of 1 piece. So I'm just gonna cut above the node which these 2 leaves are growing out of, so just right above it. And let me see, maybe right here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. So I have 2 pieces and both pieces are rooted, so I could just stick them both in and I think it would look so much better. So I will have 2 growth points. I'm just gonna use a really tiny pot because Hoyas like to be kind of snug in their pot, especially in pond. And then I have my pond in here. It's actually mixed up with a little bit of leca, but I'm gonna try to not put the leca in there. Sometimes I put leca at the bottom of the pot if it has really big holes, but I mean, like, this one has pretty small holes, so I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. So I'm just gonna put some of this pond in here. So I heard recently that there's been a restock of lechuza pond on their website, so hopefully there's still some. I haven't really like purchased any recently, so I usually get them from my friend, and when I run out, that's when I really need to buy them. But for now, I think I'm okay. Okay, I think that's like about 1/3 of the way. And then I'm just gonna stick my pieces in here and then just add more pond. You know what would be really helpful? Having a spoon and not having to dig my hand into wet pond because it kind of just like sticks together. I like rooting my Hoya in either moss or leca, but in this case I did water just because I wanted to really keep an eye on the roots. I didn't want it to rot on me or have any sort of declining action happening, just because I did spend a lot of money on this Hoya and I do want to make sure it survives the rooting process, and it surprisingly did, and it was really easy to root, so I worried for nothing. I think that looks pretty good. So I filled it essentially all the way up to the top. Just because there was like a little root nub at the top and I didn't really want it to just be exposed to air and die on me. So yeah, I will keep this on to the side so you guys can admire it. So this is the Verrucosum. So I rooted this in water. There's like a little bit of roots. I think it's good enough. And I have the old stump that actually was rotting in pond, so I want to change it to leca and see if it'll do better. There is a little nub growth point there, so I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm gonna plant them together, and I guess I'll have 2 plants. So just have it back to back, and it'll be in leca. It's honestly a very ugly plant, and I don't have the heart to get rid of it. We will be planting this into some leca. That will be there. And this one, I think we'll have it like this. Okay. Okay. I think that's pretty good. I don't want to cover the growth point in case it gets like crushed in the leca, but it's looking pretty cute. And hopefully it does better in leca. It used to grow in leca and it was doing perfectly fine. I think it just didn't really like the pond, so that's another plant. And then last but not least, I do want to give my Gigas a little bit of a chop. As you can see, it's reached the top of the moss pole, and we can have that. So I'm gonna cut off 3 leaves. I think that is enough. So 3 leaves means 1, 2, and 3. So we're gonna get rid of these 3 leaves, and I can cut right at this node here. Yeah, this wasn't even like attached to the moss pole just because it was like fully outgrown, but look at this. It is so stinking cute. Oh my god. And now this guy actually has a little bit of moss pole to grow up. So hopefully I don't have to cut it anytime soon because I don't want to be constantly cutting this gigas. I think I want to keep this as 3 separate cuttings just so it's a little bit easier to root, and then I'll just root it in some water. So I just cut in between the nodes. So this is a node, and then there's some aerial roots, and I just kind of cut a little bit above it so that there is space and you don't go too close to the node. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. So we have 1, 2, and 3. So I'll just stick these in water because why not? I have a cup of water here in a unusable mug because it didn't get glazed properly, and I don't have the heart to throw it out. So I'm just gonna stick the cuttings in here. So as long as you submerge the node in water, it will root. Could take a while, but I don't think it really matters. I am in no rush. So yeah, it's just gonna be like this. And that's pretty much it. I don't really have much else to do with this, just because it has to do its own thing and root. So we'll just leave it like that. So yeah, these are the 3 plants, and then this baby. So that pretty much concludes today's video on all the plant chores that I had to do, and I've been putting it off for quite some time, except for the hoya, because I actually was very on top of this one. I am not joking around when I spend a lot of money on a plant. So hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any plants that you repotted this month, comment it down below. I would love to know, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.